Gibbo presents
Sons of Dub is not just Addis Pablo and Jammy as some people may think. There's also other members in the camp, one of which is with us right now. For the benefit of those who are just learning about Sons of Dub, can you give me a rundown of all the other members? And Jah Bami, you might as well introduce yourself as you're right here, gracing us with your presence.
Maybe I run down to everybody and then make Bami do him thing. Sons of Dub is we have artists that we what you would call sign to the label, but you know, like Bounty say, and like I think, you know, I wouldn't sign an artist per se. Like I won't put that contract in front of an artist because I think that limits a lot of things, you know. So we do a lot of what I would say is co-sign and endorsement work, partnership work and everything. And as part of Sons of Dub, within those realms we have Mesa One. She's from Singapore. We have New Youth from Trinidad, Black Loyalty is from Trinidad. We have Kyrie Kill from Trinidad, New York, same way. We have Camry in Jamaica. Youth, been on the first two releases. There is Zebulon from Trinidad. Yeah. There's Jabix, creative director in UK. There is Rasdani, selector in selector and engineer in New York. There's Iran Trinidad, that's creative director in California, you know. On stage, I mean, you can get anywhere from there's El Toro in Russia, you know, we just signed El Toro. Wow. I mean, but on stage you would probably get myself, Addis, Jah Bami. Sometimes if we hit it live, we'd, you know, bring Mafia and Fluxy on it. You would get Valdo, the drummer, on repeater. And Vivaldo, like, Sons of Dub, like, everyone is a key member. I would say the first set of members, it was basically myself, Addis, Jah Bami and Vivaldo, the drummer. So that if you look at the Sons of Dub Kingston Dub Club show, the last one we put up online, I mean, that was kind of like the first time we all got to play together, you know. And we've been working for so many years together, you know. So, I mean, it's a huge collective. And I can't people, yo, after the interview, people are gonna link me and say, Jammy, you forget to call my name and thing, because trust me, King,
it's that much people.
It's a lot of people. Jah Bami is from Trinidad and Tobago, you know. He's been based in New York for a lot of years, doing a lot of work in New York with videography and also as an artist and songwriter, promoting and pushing. You know,
I grew up seeing
Caribbean
Bami on TV.
Caribbean
I went to high school
and Trinidad and
TV,
Tobago culture, you know.
So I can act
So
like
it's
it's
Jah
just now,
Bami.
yeah.
Star Bami.
Well, for me,
Jah Navi.
yeah, Jah Navi, you know, because you no longer Star Bami, according to Jabix, that's Star Bami. Take care of it, right? No problems.
Hollywood Bami.
But for me, like I grew up. It's amazing for me because I grew up honestly on Addis Pablo and Hugh Mandel. Hugh Mandel is like my favorite artist of ever. So like, to me, like getting the opportunity to work with Addis Pablo is. Sometimes I just think like I still sleeping or I still dreaming or something. You know, it's real like that. You know, I'm like one of the humblest person that you can actually deal with. I don't talk much, you know, and like I love the melodica so much that it's a passion to actually accompany the melodica, you know, be that backup vocal for the melodica. A lot of people wouldn't understand like how this is done because it's a feeling, you know, the melodica. I tell Addis most time, you know, when Addis and I, we having conversation physically, we just have fun, we talk, we don't even talk about music much, you know, but when we on stage, the melodica actually speak to me. And most of the times, all the performance we did, none of those songs is songs that was rehearsed. We never rehearsed. That's funny to me. Never rehearsed. So it's always like, the message just comes from the melodica straight to me, and then the vocals come out. And all the performances, if they happen to look back, none of those songs is ever that we plan to sing that. At least don't be like, yo, Bami, we're going to do this song today, we're going to do that tomorrow. It's just whatever I feel or whatever the melodica tell me is the vibes. And, it's, you know, a lot of people wouldn't understand it. So, but that's Jah Bami and Sons of Dub and Raj Jammy too is like my little brother from, you know, we have something, well, Trinidad is something that we created from back in Trinidad with Raj Jammy, Aaron, Tega, Ras Danny, and they always approached me as one of the artists they wanted to work with in Trinidad because I guess, like, I am not, as artists, I'm not into the hype thing, but somehow the lights and there's just be there, you know. So, because I've been a television host for a Caribbean channel for like 4 years, so the whole Caribbean fairly know me. Well, yeah, they know me a lot. And, you know, a lot of people don't know me singing in the Caribbean. Trinidad will know, but, you know, now seeing with Sons of Dub, it's kind of like, what your Bami does be doing with Sons of Dub? You know, we get that all the time, but the only way you'll know is like, you'll have to travel, you know, you'll have to come to the shows, you know, we don't give it away. Certain things we just can't give away. And that is what Jah Bami does with Sons of Dub. And that is Jah Bami and Sons of Dub, definitely.
Element of surprise.
Allah.
As we speak, you've just posted Meisha One's track Love Grows on the Sons of Dub SoundCloud page, which is the first single from the forthcoming one, Meisha One and Sons of Dub EP. Tell me, what can we expect from that EP, and what other projects and releases can we look out for from the whole Sons of Dub camp over the next few months?
The Mesa One EP initially was an idea we wanted to put 3 original tracks and 3 remixes, and then the work actually started, and we have so many things now we just kind of figuring out, you know, how if it's one EP we're gonna do, or if we're gonna just do like a vocal EP and then a remix EP, you know. But we have a few tracks recorded with Mesa One, and we have a few remixes done, and the title would be along the lines of, you know, Mesa One meets Sons of Dub, you know, at the Shaolin Temple, which is in Kingston, Jamaica, and this is Gabriel Selassie's studio at the Kingston Dub Club, and this is where we recorded the tracks, well, the majority of the tracks, and this is where we linked up and kind of started to get everything done. The first single release is Love Grows. It's a real easy, simple, lyrical, powerful, you know, it's very soothing message from Mesa One, and it's with a slightly different mix of the Winds of Dub that we released probably 2 years ago. That's a dub version of a melodica track called Winds of Creation that Addis did about 2 years ago, and it would feature a track I'm very excited about called Fire, which is also on a production of ours that a lot of people know and like. The EP would be split up into remixes and vocal tracks. We would have some digital dub tracks with the essence of Love Grows and this type of style, and we'd also be bringing in 1 or 2 rhythms from the Rockers catalog that would give Mesa One the opportunity to express herself on that real roots reggae vibe, you know, and sound. So in February, you know, April 15th is the iTunes for this official. It's on SoundCloud now, you can listen. Previously to this, most recently we released the Baltimore Journey to Baltimore featuring Queen Omega, Mikey General, and electronic dub mix, you know, which features Addis also. And this was just a little prelude and a soft release before Addis's album, which was the big release for us for the year, you know, recently. And I mean, upcoming we have a single with Jah Bami coming out soon with a new Sons of the producer we just signed, you know, called Audio Betties from Trinidad. We have a mini EP with Zebulon from Trinidad releasing soon. It's gonna be free this April. Yeah, we have a different version of Baltimore. We're working with a guy from Australia. We're gonna do some remixes of that. It's coming out. Yeah, Sizzler, Exile Brave, Luton Fire, Jad and Blackamore. We have this rhythm we're producing with Walshy Fire. We don't have a time on it yet, but we're voicing up a lot of artists. It's gonna be very bad. We have in June to accompany the Addis Pablo tribute show. We'd be releasing some of the Sons of Dub meets Rockers International All Stars, works that we've been working on for the past 2 or 3 years.
Some of it on SoundCloud.
Some is already on SoundCloud. You can check it. We have Mr. Williams stuff coming out. We have Empress Sativa stuff coming out. We have an instrumental compilation that we will be releasing. Just to kind of highlight instrumental music. So instead of having a bunch of artists' voice, we're gonna have a rhythm that would feature the steel drums, the melodica, sitar from India, the flute, and all these different kind of vibes. What I'm not calling is what I can't remember. Because there's so many releases, so many different things. We have some Roots Melodica EP stuff coming out this year also with Addis.
Addis, have you been doing some work with Sammy T from Mighty Crown
Yes,
recently?
we linked up with Sammy T just the night before I flew to London. That was last week. Was that last week? Monday, or the week before last Monday. I was there in New York with him. We actually met in Jamaica when we were out. John was there, and we took him
meet them a couple of times.
a few different times.
Just timing to make everything manifest.
How it's supposed to, but we actually got to work together in New York by another Japanese friends, Takashi. A very great producer based in New York and Brooklyn. Did some work with them, and it was cool linking up with Sammy T. He was very, just like I said, most of the people that we get to work with, it's very mutual, and it's not the fact that they're, Sammy T or Major Lazer. It's very organic, and
we have some things coming with Adam Prescott.
Adam Prescott from the UK.
We have Black Kush, Black Redemption Records. The is Lababad Rhythm from Digital B Productions. Yeah, it's Addis coming out on the B side of it. This is this rhythm with Chronix Aya Walk and Jamelody Fit.
Just
if you realize it says A side on the cover, so there's gonna be a B side, and Addis melodic version featured on that.
Yes, a lot of singles too.
A lot of singles, a lot of like EP projects,
Smaller projects, and then albums later down in the years. Like next year, before we do maybe a next melodic album.
Yeah, not before we do it, but before we release it. We have about 2-3 albums there.
Yeah, do it as in put it out.
Put it out, yeah.
Because we've done already.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of music there, man. We just, this is the core of everything. We do everything when it comes to Sons of Dub, Rockers International. If it's not Addis, it's me, it's Biggs, it's somebody. So this right here is the core. So we do a lot of work and we're very busy and things, but like nothing's coming. We have collab, Rockers NYC t-shirt collab coming
soon.
We have another t-shirt collab coming with Neverty from Amsterdam.
We have
our own line Rockers shirts coming out also. So different, so differently from musical projects, we have a lot of cultural projects. We're gonna be releasing a lifestyle magazine. We just haven't figured out if we're gonna do it print or how we're gonna do it yet. And the magazine basically gonna focus on everything about Sons of the Band within the realms except the music. So sometimes in the magazine you might get, Addis Pablo best football team. You might get a recipe from Jah Bami. You might get an interview from me on politics or something, So we're gonna kind of just, because everything is connected to the music more than just the music. So
the lifestyle, liberty.
Apart from just
straight how we live. That's naturally how we live. It's no cartoon characterism here. It's just definitely how we live. We don't live no other way but this way. We do music all day, so it's not really like, some people just like they force and they rush to do like I gotta do this song. I gotta
do in the studio.
Yeah, we don't like they actually. A lot of people be like, how come we don't hear enough of Jah Bami stuff? Because actually they just try their best to get me in the studio. I'm not that studio friendly. I'm being honest. Like, I'm more a stage person. Everything I sing, it's more
behind
directly from God, straight from Jah. So to get me in the studio, Sunset. If Sunset, I'm trying to get me in the studio, I'm just telling the producers out there, don't be upset. I have a million rhythms that you'll send. just not much of a studio.
In due time.
Yeah, man. Enough works musically and other collies.
Every type of Cali. California soon too. Going to be passing through California soon. Mexico City. As far as tours,
Royal
Europe.
Music.
Yeah, yo, we have enough things coming out with Royal Order Music.
Triple rhythm, the same rhythm.
More
with
things
key
coming
that
out
stand
with
for
Royal
something.
Order Music.
Yeah.
The big brethren out of California.
Yeah,
King
good
Ivy,
brethren. Good
We
brethren.
also have things coming out with Green Lion Crew. You see me just starting to remember big crew, Green Lion Crew.
That's like US. Look at the US now.
Yeah.
This is US. US people, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to big up Jawara Shelter and the whole King Ivy family
Just
because
released something with
Prince
Polo Productions, Barry in New York. Big up yourself. Barry
Dub
is,
Spot, the whole
you know.
Dan. Twin Sound. We did a few projects with Twin Sounds, like a UK stepper sound based in New York.
Yeah.
Same Black Kush family redemption.
Yeah, I try to remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's every day. It's music.
We
Yeah.
have music for every day of the week or for the year.
This is a vacation right now.
Yeah.
Lastly, just before we finish, can you tell me about the relationship between two of the most important things in your life, music and Rastafari? How do they influence and impact each other?
Well, for me, like, that's a great question for me because I always grew up like in the Rasta culture, knowing that it's embedded in me that music is vain, don't get caught up in the music is vain. So that kind of always had me reluctant to really pursue the music because I felt like it wasn't like what I wanted to do to really prove that I love God. And actually the blessing that I have with my talent, like I could hear Jah talk to me directly and say, well, you know what? The only way I'll accept this is if you really do it for me, in my name, you know. And there's a saying like one of the John 3:16, like I think for those who, you know, you're the begotten son, you know, in a family. I felt like I was the begotten son in my family because Rastafari actually came to me directly and deal with me in a certain way that, you know, now that my parents and my mom and them who never understood it, my father is Rasta, but my mom who never understood it, she kind of like adapt to my culture and adapt to my lifestyle, and she loved the way I live, and it kind of helped her live even better as a person. And then she adapted the music as well. You know, before she would listen to the music that was, she said would raise her heartbeat. But when you deal with like culture music, like what we do, it's just got 1, 2 is your heartbeat. You know, it's nothing
Same
too
tempo.
racy. So Rastafari and music for me is just the way I live naturally. Every step, every breath is a song from God. So it actually balanced me. When I try other things and I do other things, I'm not myself.
True enough,
Real talk, I'm not myself. So Rastafari and music for me is actually like air and
Home.
breath. You know, like, you know, water and air for me. Like I need it
The
totally.
elements.
Yeah, I mean, without the music, we would not be here. Without guidance and the teachings of His Majesty, we would not be here. We'd probably be somewhere, you know, doing some mad thing, you know. So, I mean, Rastafari and Rastafari culture is such a big part of the Caribbean and Jamaica, and you hear everyone say it, and so you won't see it. It won't be missed in the music. You'd also always see it be reflected in the music. So Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Addis Pablo, all them man sing to Rastafari in the music, and as time come, you know, and go, the thing change up a little more, but I find myself more grounded when I express myself through music, aim towards Rastafari and that positive essence of things, you know. Like Jah Bami say, from the bingy drum, the heartbeat, to even if it's something more upbeat, you know, it just depends on the energies that's being carried within the music, and
The same heartbeat.
You
Everything
feel it,
based off
you
of
know?
heartbeat.
you feel it. And I mean,
The heartbeat of the first beat, you know.
yeah, it's not a matter, you know, yeah, the music getting me this, or
Some people
Rastafari
heartbeat
getting me
fast.
this, or that getting me this. I mean, it's two elements of it's two different things that is one and the same, then it's interdependence, you know. And yeah, like I say, it wouldn't be the same feeling or it wouldn't be the same rewards if I was probably on a dancehall stage. Everything is for somebody particular, you know. So, and probably even if I wasn't doing music, it would still be Rastafari, you know. But because music has been a big influence for me within the realms of Rastafari, you know, and it's the only thing that keeps me grounded within the realms of Rastafari, then do it, you know. Like I was saying, the Rastafari culture and the music, it incorporates much more than just what you hear or what you would see. So when you say Rastafari or you say reggae music in the most spiritual sense, you're talking about eating right and living right, you know, being spiritual, yoga, you know, all these different things, you know. So it's a good lifestyle and liberty, and it's something that I'm very happy to be a part of, and I'm very happy that it came to me, and at the time it came to me that I snatched it and, you know, made it a part of me then.
Yeah, I think honestly the message of Rastafari through music is what is like the whole, I mean, of course music is for survival and is a joy and is an expression, but if you consider reggae music without Rastafari, it would have just been, there's a lot of music there, you know, a lot of music in the world, different expressions. So I think Rastafari is what makes reggae music unique in the sense, like in the essence of it. The message and that's the way we carry ourselves, the liberty, looking different. I mean, I'm sure the world never saw anyone else like Bob Marley before him in terms of his appearance and the message, you know. He was the first in the physical form to represent and come to be in your face, having locks and talking about his modesty and living a certain way and not supporting the ways of mankind and moving with God, you know, as Jah Bami said earlier, and moving with the spiritual realms, not just what the world say, and just taking your own time to go into yourself pretty much. And I think Rastafari, that's really about that. It's an internal and external feeling. It's coming from inside and it's connecting with something from, if you want to call it the heavens or the heights, you know, the regions. Beyond that, things that, as Jammy said, we can see. It's like wind, you know, sometimes you don't see it, but you feel it. So that's what Rastafari is for me. Is there something that's always around, inside, outside, above and below. Has been nice.
Guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks a lot for your time.
Rastafari.
Gibbo.